Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this 2022 Toyota Venza, and we're going to do the side door chrome delete installation for this vehicle. As you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation on the chrome delete. It's just a regular chrome panel, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material, that way it matches the color of the pillar, and it also gives the vehicle a more sportier look. If you like the product, the link for the product will be linked below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So before starting with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the panel. So to prep the panel, all you need is water and baby shampoo mixed inside the spray bottle. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and just start removing any contaminants that the panel may have. And also make sure that the panel is completely dry once you finish cleaning the panel. That way the adhesive on the film does not get damaged if you leave any water residue. So just make sure everything is completely clean and dry. So when it comes to doing the installation for the side chrome delete for the front door and the rear door, the four pieces, they're identical when it comes to the installation method. So what I mean by identical is when you have your piece, all you need to do is start from one end of the panel, make sure you align it, and you could use the lower half of the panel on each of the panels as the guide in order to align the film to the panel. And then once you're done placing the film, you would then trim off the extra material. So for this one, you would align it right on the edge and just make sure you give yourself material to cover the chrome. And as mentioned, just follow the lower section of the panel to align the film. And if you need to lift it and adjust it, you can. Just take your time when you're doing that. That way you don't accidentally pull it too hard and tear the film. You want to take your time if you need to lift the film and realign it. So as you can see, this one's good on this end. And if you feel like you need to adjust it anywhere else, just lift it carefully and just readjust. It's that simple. And as long as you're covering the chrome, you should be good. Once you have placed the film on the panels, the next thing you would do would be grab your squeegee and just start tacking down the film to the panel. And just make sure when you're doing this step, you're also removing any air that's behind the film. So just take your time and removing and tacking down the film. So once you finish tacking down the film, the next step will be to trim off the excess material. So when it comes to trimming off the excess material for this vehicle, there is a gap right in the middle of the panel. So you're going to feel when you pass your finger, a small gap on the top and also a small gap on the bottom panels as well. So when you find that gap, create an outline with your finger. That way you have an idea of where you're going to insert the blade and just trim off the excess material. So once you make that outline, carefully insert the blade and start removing all the excess material. And just remember to take your time when you're doing this. You don't want to accidentally scratch the panel or rip off the gasket. So just take your time in removing the excess material. You are going to have excess material on the edge. That excess material, you would just trim off. And then just make sure you finish off trimming on the lower end. And that's all you need to do. And then once you finish trimming off the excess material, the last step will be to apply heat. That way we help the adhesive activate faster on the film, and we're also helping the film tack down around the areas that were trimmed or anywhere else where the film is still lifting. So the same steps that you would do for this one, you would just rinse and repeat for the lower trim, for the front door, and the other two pieces for the rear door. So just grab your heat gun and start applying heat to the panel to help it secure. And like I said, just rinse and repeat the steps that were done here for the remaining three pieces. So once you finish all the installs and you're ready to move on with this one, all you need to do is align it right on the edge first. Give yourself enough material to cover the chrome panel on the curve. If you need to move the film and readjust it, you can. It's just making sure you cover the whole chrome panel. So that does full coverage on the curve. Now that we have this secured, you can move on from either side and just follow along the design of the panel and tack it down. This one's pretty simple. It's not too deep of a curve, so it's just more of aligning it and tacking it down. All we need to do once we place it is grab our squeegee and start tacking down the film. So just make sure you remove all the air bubbles behind the film as you're tacking down, and then all the excess material that we have, we'll trim it off after we apply heat. So now apply heat on the entire panel. That way we can see what is it that's excess material and what is not excess material, basically. Okay, now that the film has been tacked down, we could see what's excess material, and you just come, use your blade to trim off all the excess material. And just go all around, see what's excess, and you just come and trim off. And just be careful when you're trimming off the excess material. You don't want to accidentally scratch your paint or scratch the panel accidentally. So just take your time. Now that we finished installing the whole thing, now we go back to the entire panel, post heat the entire film, and post heating, all we're doing is just helping the adhesive activate faster for each piece. And once we're done post heating, you're done with the installation. So for this last step, the only thing you need to do now is just apply heat all over the panel. And once you're done post heating the entire panel and helping the film tack down faster, making sure you secure each corner, and if any film is lifting, you just help it tack down. Once you're done with all of that, you'll be done with the installation. So just take your time when you're doing this step, and you just rinse and repeat until everything's completely tacked down. Thank you for choosing Bogar Tech Design. As a small business, your support means everything to us. If you loved your product, please drop a review. If you have questions or issues, don't forget to message us via email. Once again, thank you so much for the support from our family to yours. Okay, so that concludes the installation video for the side chrome deletes for the 2022 Toyota Venza. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If it did, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.